There was a time where I thought I just needed to be more motivated, that if I found the right video or the right quote, I'd finally stop wasting my potential. So I tried literally everything. Productivity apps that I ended up abandoning in 3 days, midnight life resets that went away by the morning, endless motivation playlists that made me feel productive without actually changing anything. And every time I got inspired, I told myself, this is it. This is the week that I lock in. But it would all fall apart by 2 p.m. the next day, which is actually not when it would fall apart, but when I would wake up. That cycle didn't last a week. It lasted for years. Years of hyping myself up at night, only to do nothing the next day, over and over. I used to think I lacked discipline, that I just wasn't built for consistency. But the truth is that I never built a system that made following through easier than quitting. And without that, my motivation never stood a chance. I was basically trying to climb a mountain in flip-flops. Every time I made progress, I'd slip right back down. Motivation can light a spark, but without structure to hold it, it burns out before it ever becomes something real. And it took years of watching that fire die to finally see what I'm about to share with you. The reason I kept chasing motivation is because it felt like progress. Watching productivity videos, writing fresh to-do lists, and highlighting quotes like they were gonna save my life. It gave me this short-term high, as if I was becoming someone new, thinking that the intention to grow was enough. But here's the problem. Oftentimes, motivation is emotional. It makes you feel ready, even when your environment isn't. It's like drinking an energy drink on a flat tire. The burst is real, but the system carrying you isn't built to go far. It tricks you into thinking the work has already started, when really, you haven't done anything yet. You feel good in the moment. You feel like this time it'll be different, but it fades, just like the last 12 times. At some point, I had to be honest. My problem wasn't inspiration, it was execution. And I was trying to execute inside a system that wasn't ready for me to execute. It's like trying to sprint on ice. Even when you want it, you're gonna slip. So the issue isn't how much you want it. Maybe it's how little your setup supports it. Let me show you what finally worked for me. I stopped relying on motivation completely, and instead, I made success easier than failure. This is all based on a book called Atomic Habits that I've been reading. It says to focus on your environment and not your willpower. I deleted the apps that distracted me, so I've been off TikTok and Instagram for 2 years now. And in the last few months, I started charging my phone in another room. I write my to-do list the night before so that I don't wake up and immediately scroll. A metaphor I like to use for this is it's like you're clearing rocks off of a running trail, so that you're not tripping every 5 steps. I didn't try to quote-unquote change my life overnight. I just tried to remove the friction. And the wild part is that once the system started working, I didn't need motivation anymore, because the momentum took over. Setting this system up made doing the right thing feel automatic. I wasn't constantly convincing myself anymore, I just started. But this isn't just about saving time, it's about finally getting your life to feel aligned again. And that starts with fixing the system you're living inside. You ever do something consistently for a week and realize how much energy you've been wasting fighting yourself? That's what happens when the system clicks. You stop debating your habits. You don't start your morning in a doom scroll spiral because your phone is charging in another room. Your to-do list is already written, and you've removed the friction that used to trip you up. So when it's time to go to the gym or sit down to work, you just go. No overthinking, no talking yourself out of it. You stop negotiating with your goals. You're not rewriting your plan midday asking, should I push this off? Should I skip today? All of a sudden, your days feel lighter and your focus returns. You don't need to hype yourself up every day because the hard part's already been handled. And that version of you, the one who's not stuck restarting every Monday, that version is very, very possible. You don't need to rebuild yourself from scratch, you just need to rewire your autopilot. And once that clicks, you'll finally understand why motivation is never the problem. So no, you're not lazy, you're not broken. You've just been stuck inside a structure that makes progress feel impossible. Because even the strongest motivation can't survive a broken foundation. If you've been stuck in that cycle, where every achievement feels temporary and nothing ever feels like enough, then my last video might be one that you wish someone had shown you years ago. It explains why that feeling exists, and exactly how to escape it without burning out or starting over. You can watch it and help take the pressure off for good.